Kiev is a tremendous place, and we all know there's a lot going on there. It's not a dull place these days. So, Victoria, we're very happy that you're here. Victoria's on the executive board of the VOD of Ukraine since 2000. She's an executive board member of the World Union of Jewish Students since 2014, a former vice president of the European Union of Jewish Students, and going forth, that's WUJIS and UJIS, if you hear me say that. She's active in the Euro-Asian Jewish Congress, and is a university lecturer. So Victoria, thank you for joining us. To her left is Yonatan Nogrodsky, who's the youth director of the Jewish community in Chile. And we were very fortunate as an Access group to actually take over 10 young leaders down to Chile just 3 weeks ago, and met with community leaders, members of parliament, members of the Jewish community. We did that so that we could be Jewish agents of change. And I indeed think it was a tremendous, tremendous trip. Yonatan is a consultant and project manager in mining. He's the former president of the Union of Jewish Latino American Students. He has been involved with WUJIS, which you'll hear those names come up before. He's the former chair of the board at Todd Leaf Birthright Chile. He's the former president of the Zionist Federation of Chile and a delegate to the Latin American Jewish Congress. All of these guys have a lot of extra time on their hands, as you can see. To his left is Avi Meir. Many of you have seen him, most likely have read his tweets. He is followed by over 14,000 of you. Just out of curiosity, this will be helpful for you, Avi. How many of you are following Avi on Twitter? Raise your hand. Okay, so by the end, if you have Twitter, you should be following him and tweet him, because if you tweet him and he tweets back, 14,000 people are going to read what you just wrote. So just be civil in whatever you wrote. Avi is the spokesperson of the international media at the Jewish Agency for Israel. He's frequently a commentator on all types of newspapers and journalism on Israel and the Middle East. As you already heard, he's a prolific social media presence and actually went to college right down the street in College Park in Maryland. Avi was just voted to join our Global Access Steering Committee for Access and is a proud member of Access Israel. So Avi, welcome. To Avi's left is Jane Brandon Golay. Jane is the president currently of UJIS. Just so you get a sense, UJIS is really the umbrella organization of 35 Jewish student unions in Europe. She's a team member of the European Interfaith Youth Network. She's currently at University in Zurich as a religious studies major, born and raised in Switzerland and currently in Brussels, Belgium. Pretty interesting group. And I will introduce in a minute the person right to my right, but as you can see, I think you have a very diverse section of leaders from a diverse places around the world. All of these leaders are tremendously and intimately connected, passionate, and dedicated, not just to strengthening their own internal Jewish communities, but for strengthening worldwide Jewry.